She looked over her shoulder and flashed her perfect white teeth at me as I walked into the shop. My shop. Dow Knock Antiques. It's sort of a pun on my name. Dow Knock is Thai for turtle bird, and my name's Turtledove. I'm not sure if anyone else gets it, but it makes me smile. Ying was carefully rolling bubble wrap around a wooden Chinese screen that we were shipping to Belgium. "Good morning, Kun Bob," she said. Kun. It means mister, but it's also a sign of respect. She respects me because I'm older than her and because I'm her boss. "You are late," she added, still smiling. Not much respect there. But she wasn't being critical. She was just stating a fact. I was normally in the shop by 9, and it was now 9:30. "There was a mango queue," I said. "I see," she said, even though she didn't. "All the way down Soy Tonglore." "I told them you wouldn't be long." "I see," I said, even though I didn't. "They're waiting in your office." I frowned. "And they would be?" "An American couple. They need your help." There was a coffee maker by the cash register, and I poured myself a cup and took it upstairs. The door to my office was open, and my 2 visitors looked up, smiling hesitantly. He was a big man run to fat, in his mid to late 40s. His wife was half his size, with wispy blonde hair and probably 5 years younger. He pushed himself up out of his chair and offered me his hand. It was a big hand, almost square, with the fingernails neatly clipped, but it had no strength in it when we shook. "Jonathan Clare," he said in a Midwestern accent. "This is my wife, Isabel." "Nice to meet you, Mr. Clare," I said. Mrs. Clare smiled and offered me her hand. It was a child's hand, milk-white skin with delicate fingers as brittle as porcelain. "Mrs. Clare," I said, shaking her hand as carefully as possible. I went and sat behind my desk and flashed them a reassuring smile. "So, how can I help you?" I asked. "Mad Richards at the embassy said that you might be able to find our son," said Mr. Clare, dropping back into his chair. It creaked under his weight. I nodded. Mad Richards was an attaché at the U.S. Embassy. He was an acquaintance rather than a friend, someone I bumped into from time to time on the cocktail party circuit. He was an affable enough guy, but hard to get close to. I kind of figured he was a spook, CIA or maybe DEA. Whatever, he was cagey enough never to let his guard down with me, and I never really cared enough to do any serious probing. It wasn't the first time he'd sent along people who needed help that the embassy couldn't or wouldn't provide. I picked up a pen and reached for a yellow legal pad. There were a whole host of questions that I'd need answering, but from experience I'd found that it was often better just to let them get it off their chests as quickly as possible. "I'm listening," I said. Mr. Clare looked across at his wife, and she nodded at him with raised eyebrows. He was twice her size, but I got the feeling that she was the one who ruled the roost in the Clare household. "We're Mormons," he said slowly, "from Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm telling you that because I want you to know that John Jr. is a God-fearing boy who has honored his mother and father since the day he was born. He's not a boy to go wandering off without telling us where he's going and what he's doing." Mr. Clare reached inside his suit jacket and slid a color photograph across the desk. I picked it up. It was a graduation photograph, John Jr. grinning at the camera with an all-American smile, his wheat-colored hair sticking out from under a mortarboard, his blue eyes gleaming with triumph, a diploma in his hand. "Second in his class," said Mr. Clare proudly. "Scholarships all the way. A man couldn't ask for a better son." "The apple of our eye," said Mrs. Clare, nodding in agreement. "How old is he?" I asked. 21, said Mr. Clare. 22 next month, added his wife. Mr. Clare handed me a sheet of paper. "We have a photocopy of John Jr.'s passport. We also told him to photocopy all his important documents. You can never be too careful." "Indeed," I said.